A father and daughter from Luzerne County are bonded by the unthinkable. They are both battling cancer. Tonight, family and friends gathered to raise money for the young girl, Cherokee Gallagher. The pastor says someone made several attempts to smash the glass using a piece of wood and a can of ravioli. Now, this happened Monday morning, and 2 days later, you can still see remnants of the ravioli outside the church. According to this newly released court paperwork, the shooter entered the victim's office this morning and minutes later shot him in the mouth. In total, more than 3.2 million trout will be stocked this year. State police are investigating the assault of a 58-year-old deputy state game warden. It happened Saturday morning in Norwegian Township along Peach Mountain Road. Well, I have something bone-chilling for you, and it's not the weather. Giant skeletons danced through the streets of Mexico City yesterday as part of a colorful parade celebrating the Day of the Dead. If you plan on escaping the cold weather and ditching these gloves to visit Great Wolf Lodge, then your family has some new attractions around the water park to explore. It's one of the classic film franchises of all time. It's also one of the longest running. The Halloween movie started slashing through theaters back in 1978. 9 sequels later, Michael Myers and his kitchen knife are getting a new film. Safety is also a top priority here at Middle Smithfield Township. To get in the building, you'll have to ring this doorbell and wait for a receptionist to buzz you in. This glass is also mirrored so the receptionist can see out, but you can't see in. Bowers was reportedly armed with an assault rifle and 4 handguns. Investigators say he acted alone. The FBI has classified the attack as a hate crime. Well, 2 people were injured after they were struck by an SUV in downtown Wilkes-Barre. We're live along the waterfalls near Ann Street, where, as you can see, a large tree snapped in half and has landed in the water. It is creating quite the mess because roads are blocked off. We haven't been able to get an up-close look at that house, but we're going to step out of the way and try to show you as best as we can. We wanted to know just how deep this pothole is. According to the ruler, it's about 8 inches. We'll get to this morning's top news stories in just a minute, but first, let's get a check on the forecast with meteorologist Kevin Dirk. Kevin, yesterday was so beautiful, but I guess a lot can change overnight.
Oh gosh, yeah.
S. One S. What are we looking at right there? What's that?
Lights, cameras, action! Lights, camera, action! Woo! Do I win a prize? You can find out more information on our website, pahomepage.com. I'm so excited I got that. Lights, camera, action. Back to you. Eyewitness News has learned that 1 more person has come forward with allegations against a Luzerne County police officer. More charges are expected to be filed as 2 women accuse Ashley police officer Mark Eicher of attempting to exchange leniency for sex. We are officially in the 2nd day of a partial federal government shutdown, and there's no end in sight to breaking the budget battle stalemate. Disagreements about how to fund border security is the sticking point. That club is tucked in a basement area between this children's clothing boutique and this comic book store. It's actually just beyond these doors.
My assistant here is going to put some nice garlic and some sea salt in there, and it's going to be ready.
And you have me doing this because your arms are so tired.
That's it.
Oh.
As I said, just a little. Not the can, but that's okay.
I just put the entire can of garlic powder.
She likes the garlic.
Wow. I'm so... All right. Oh, goodness.
Don't touch the salt.
His wife has a good job as far as I know, too.
Dolores Juris volunteers at the Effort United Methodist Church's food pantry. She can't believe the pantry director is accused of stealing nearly $30,000.
I'm in total and complete shock.
According to court papers, the director made food purchases at Kinsley's ShopRite in Broadheadsville. The store contacted the church last week because it had a large overdue balance. State police say the director was caught on surveillance purchasing Visa gift cards for himself using the church's account.
This is a really tight congregation, and we're like family. And for this to happen, it hurts.
Eyewitness News stopped by the director, Henry McCormick's house. He agreed to talk with us.
I love the church and all the members and everything and stuff, and just pray that God works all this out.
The 54-year-old admits to misusing his church's funds, but calls it a misunderstanding. Did you need the money for something?
No. No.
Church members say they'll recover the best ways they know how, through faith, forgiveness, and prayer.
God loves the sinner and hates the sin, and we have to remember that.
We spoke to the pastor over the phone. She says she is, quote, praying for all concerned and will release a public statement on Friday. In effort, Brianna Strunk, Eyewitness News.
Crooks use clever schemes to scam millions of people every year. Nobody is immune to those tricks, but before you get gypped, it's important to do your homework. Eyewitness News reporter Brianna Strunk unfortunately found that out firsthand. She joins us live in our Pocono newsroom to explain what happened to her. Brianna?
Well, Nick, I'm looking to rent a place in Monroe County, so I started my search online. Turns out I was nearly scammed, but some simple research that anyone can do helped me uncover the truth. While surfing through Craigslist, I came across this listing, a quaint house in Mount Pocono for $600 a month. I reached out to the poster, who said he and his wife had to unexpectedly relocate to Oklahoma for a job. He was looking for a trustworthy tenant to rent his home and asked me to fill out this application. Excitement turned to suspicion when this so-called owner asked me to wire the rent money before he sent the lease and keys. I went back online, this time to Monroe County's tax assessment parcel search page. I typed in the house address and realized the owner's names didn't match up. Then I Googled the address. The house was in fact listed on a credible realtor site, but for $300 more a month. Next stop, RE/MAX.
We put it on, and within 3 days, we started getting calls from people who said they saw it on Craigslist. We never put our listings on Craigslist, ever.
It was time to visit Detective Brian Webb with the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. He ran the scammer's phone number through an online database, which showed the digits were fake.
More likely than not, one of the free texting apps that you can download from the App Store.
Detective Webb says it's hard to prosecute scam cases like this.
More often than not, they originate overseas.
Hello?
Hello, Brianna. How are you?
Finally, it's time to confront the con artist, who at first tried denying the evidence.
And I have the house secured down for you already.
After a few minutes, he cursed and hung up.
Get out of my phone.
And that phony ad has since been flagged to be removed from Craigslist. As for that house in Mount Pocono, the realtor tells me it's already been rented out, so the search continues. Live in the Pocono newsroom, Brianna Strunk, Eyewitness News. Ian Sonjin has worked at this Target in Stroud Township for the past 17 years.
I love it so much.
He has a learning disability, yet is one of the store's best employees.
Here every day, early, willing to do whatever we need, positive.
The only thing Ian loves as much as his job is the Philadelphia Eagles, as you could tell by his tattoos.
They're my favorite team. I grew up with them.
His coworkers will be the first to tell you they're all he talks about.
Every single day, all day long.
Friday morning, Ian walked into work like he would any other day when his boss called him into the office.
My heart was beeping, a mile a minute.
But Ian wasn't in trouble. Instead, his coworkers handed him this gift as they stood around grinning from ear to ear.
A little something for you, Ian, just to show our appreciation for you.
Woo! First, Ian unwrapped an Eagles hat and shirt. Then, at the bottom of the bag, a golden ticket to his first NFC championship game.
Huh?
I didn't know what was happening. I was just freaking. I was passing out. I was just freaking out. I was just so like, I can't believe it.
If the Eagles were all Ian talked about before, his coworkers know that's nothing compared to what's ahead.
And I'm sure he's going to talk about it for the rest of his life.
Lifelong memories from a lifelong team of friends.
I mean, they did great. They're awesome job. I love them. I don't know what I'd do without them.
In Stroud Township, Brianna Strunk, Eyewitness News. Outside the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, you'll find the warrant wall, where pictures of wanted suspects are posted.
Kind of a wall of shame, if you will.
As you walk past the posters, there's one in particular that's turning heads.
They stop, they look, they do the double takes, they can't believe what they're saying.
Then they read the description.
The subject in question is about 20 inches in length, 22 pounds. He has brown and gray hair, brown eyes, sharp teeth.
It's Puxatawny Phil, and he is in big trouble.
I think it's good. I think that they need to get him. Yeah, they need to get him and bring him in. Because we need spring. We need it now.
I see my royal shadow. 6 more weeks of winter to go.
That promise expired last week. Now the groundhog is grounded and wanted for
Deception, lying to the public.
Your help is needed to get this guy out of his hole and into jail.
If they see him, give us a call, because we want to take him into custody.
If you happen to see the perpetrator, call 570-555-5555. That's a fake number, of course. In Stroudsburg, Brianna Strunk, Eyewitness News.
We begin tonight with a story you will only see here on Eyewitness News.
6 people now face charges for a violent stabbing at East Stroudsburg University, ending weeks of uncertainty on campus there. Eyewitness News reporter Brianna Strunk's been following this story. She joins us live tonight in East Stroudsburg with the very latest. Brianna?
Nick, several of the suspects are allegedly affiliated with a street gang known as the Black Pea Stones. State police say the group is responsible for a number of serious crimes across Monroe County. Investigators say an on-campus stabbing was the result of a turf war between 2 rival groups, one from Philadelphia, the other from New York, who were dealing drugs to East Stroudsburg University students.
I was very frightened at first. I wasn't sure if it was safe to go here.
Court papers indicate an innocent 19-year-old student was in the wrong place at the wrong time on January 31st. While leaving the gym late at night, he was approached by a group of men and 2 women. They were allegedly wearing black and red, which are known gang colors of the Black Pea Stones.
I don't like the idea of that.
Before the stabbing, they asked the student if he saw a particular man at the rec center. He said no. Then the group formed a circle and started assaulting him.
It was definitely a shock.
According to these court papers, the victim felt pressure in his back and torso. He realized he had been stabbed twice. He ran inside this university building where staff called for help.
It was scary to hear about it.
These 6 men are now charged with aggravated assault. Court documents show the night of this stabbing, they may have been after a man in the rival Philly group.
It kind of helps relieve some anxiety, knowing that the people responsible were brought accountable for the action.
Students are thankful for the increased patrols around campus lately.
The security has been stepped up a lot, and there's a lot of police, so I feel safe now.
The suspects in this case are also charged in a number of other serious crimes, including an attempted homicide and bringing a loaded gun to school. We're going to dig deeper into some of those incidents coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, live near East Stroudsburg University, Brianna Strunk, Eyewitness News.